I'm speaking today with Tony Sacre, who is the General Manager of Global Transaction Services at Commonwealth Bank of Australia. The bank has just won the Asian Banker's Best Cash Management Bank in Australia, and we'd like to get some thoughts from him on his work, cash management, Australia and Asia. Hi Tony, thanks for speaking to us today.
Hi Peter, pleasure.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your online portal, because Commonwealth Bank of Australia has been going through, I guess, a major system upgrade. Can you tell me what you've done there and sort of what that's involved?
Sure. Recently the CommBiz Global Cash Manager system has been implemented across a lot of our larger institutional clients. What this is quite an innovative cash management product in that it offers our clients that have multiple bank accounts with different global banks around the world the opportunity to be able to view those accounts on one online offering, rather than having to log into different systems and access their accounts at different organisations. This allows those clients to access from the one viewpoint and be able to move across their entire cash management position, which I think is very valuable from a client experience viewpoint.
A bit of a multi-vendor approach.
Somewhat, yeah, indeed, indeed.
Cool. You also handle trade finance. I guess maybe could you tell me sort of what you guys are doing in trade finance? And clearly, it's a key global issue, keeping trade finance flowing smoothly. So, where do you see the challenges and opportunities there?
Sure. Well, I guess a lot of the talk at the conference here today has certainly been around the importance of trade finance as a global product, if you will, and it's certainly the importance of trade within Asia. Obviously, traditional trade products within Asia is a lot more important and a lot more heavily utilised than they are outside of Europe, where often open account is a little bit more regularly taken up. So as an organisation, we've realised the importance of Asia for Australia as obviously a trade destination, and as a result, what Commonwealth Bank are doing is we're trying to follow our clients as they expand offshore. So that, I think different banks approach trade finance and growth into Asia in different ways. We're doing it in a way that suits our own corporate DNA, which is essentially following our clients, being meaningful to our clients in markets where they're continuing to do business. And as a result of that, increasing our footprint in a measured way up in Asia is something that we'll be looking to do and are currently in the process of doing.
And I guess you see the intra-Asia flows, and that's attractive. What are you specifically targeting towards Asia?
So within Asia, there's a whole host of different flows that obviously countries transact between. It's not just outside of Asia. I think once upon a time that was the story. It was trade out of Asia to Europe or to the United States, and that was one of the topics that we heard at the conference this morning. But it's really the inter-Asian trade or intra-Asian trade that is really something that many organisations will try and help their clients capture. So I guess one of the things I guess that one always wonders about is what will stop the Asian growth story. But whilst this inter-Asian trade is continuing to going on, there is a little bit of self-fulfilling of the growth story occurring within Asia. Eventually, we will obviously like to see the rest of the world's economic woes be rectified, and Europe pick up and the United States pick up, and other trade flows to continue to increase as actively as Asia.
Are you looking to boost your footprint in Asia to have more components in that inter-Asia flow, and where are you wanting to build that?
Yes, indeed. So we're looking at several locations where it may make sense for us as an organisation to put people on the ground to better service our clients. As companies expand their operations, invariably they put people into other locations. This I'm talking about from a corporate viewpoint. And we're just trying, as I said, to really follow our clients where they're going, where we can make a meaningful presence with them. So we're more working in unison in a way, or in consultative fashion with our clients to see where we can have a meaningful presence with them, and hopefully that is something that we can match as a bank.
Okay. Maybe as a final question, Basel III, I think there's a certain element of impact on the trade finance, I guess the weighting of the trade assets. How do you see that as an Australian bank? How is that going to impact you yourself?
I think Basel III is going to be is continually in a way a challenging environment for all banks globally. I think different companies. So talking from an Australian bank viewpoint, I guess the Australian banks will be talking to the regulator within Australia, APRA, to make sure that APRA understands the impact of the regulations on the trade industry in general, and obviously the banks for that matter will be talking about the whole proliferation of asset classes impacted. But I think as a trade group, there's been some relatively strong data showing that trade is a very low-risk, self-liquidating product and as a result, I think the BIS ADB study showed that, or the ICC ADB study showed that out of 1,100 odd transactions failed out of 5.2 million transactions in trade finance over a 4 or 5 year period amongst the 9 banks that were asked in this survey. That's excellent evidence of the fact that trade is a very low risk product when utilised in the correct manner. So I think from a bank viewpoint, talking to the regulator and getting the regulator to understand the impact of what Basel III will be, and therefore how that has an impact on one's banks in one's country. Because the concern I suppose I have is if different countries adopt different regulations to Basel III, they'll essentially become a type of regulatory arbitrage possibly available in the trade finance market, and that will hurt the banks in those countries that maybe adopt a more onerous view on Basel III than those that are a little bit more conducive to trade business.
Thanks, Tony, for taking us through that, and congratulations on the award.
Pleasure. Thanks, Peter.